Alright, so I'm redoing number 7. I made a mistake on the first video, so just disregard that. So here it is. The vertex is x equals negative b over 2a. So then I replace the b with a negative 2, the a with a 1. You simplify that, you get negative 1. To get the y value, I'm going to use synthetic division. So evaluating at negative 1, so that's 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1. So this would be the answer for the y. So the vertex is negative 1, 1. Okay? And negative 1, 1 is right here, and it opens up. So the part about no x-intercept is still okay. Number 8, again asking for the same thing as 6 and 7. So I'm going to write negative 8 over 2 times 1. That's negative 4. So for the y value, I'm going to set it up as synthetic division. 1, 8, 12. Bring down the 1, negative 4, 4, negative 16, so that gives me negative 4. So negative 4, negative 4. So the vertex is negative 4, negative 4. Okay? So negative 4 is right here somewhere, and it's going to open up. So yes, this one does have 2 x-intercepts, somewhere around there. So we're going to find them. Now 12, first you check to see if it factors. So factors of 12 are 6 and 2, and they add up to 8. So x plus 6 and x plus 2 add up to 8, the 6 and the 2, and multiply to give you 12. Okay, so then those are the zeros. So that means that x is negative 6 and negative 2. So the x-intercepts are negative 6, 0, and negative 2, 0. Alright, so for writing a standard form in vertex form, there's 2 ways. One is finding the vertex and then just using the a value and setting it up that way, which I find it to be the easiest way. Another way is with completing the square, but I'll just go ahead and use the negative b over 2a. So x, I could show you completing the square too, but let's do the negative b over 2a first. So write the quadratic function of f of x equals x squared plus 2x plus 5. So that means negative 2 over 2 times 1. So negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. And then the y value, you can use synthetic or you can just plug it in, same thing, like that. So 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 4. So it's going to be 4. Okay, that's the vertex. So then the a value, you could see from the coefficient of x squared that a is 1. Okay, so you write f of x equals a, which is 1. So it's x plus 1 because h is negative 1, squared, don't forget the squared, plus 4. Okay, now if you're completing the square, you would write it x squared plus 2x. We've never done completing the square in class, but I'll just show you on this for this one example. So what you do is you take half of the b term, of the b coefficient, and square it. So half of 2 is 1, and when you square it, you get 1. So what you do is you do x squared plus 2x plus 1, that's this one right here. And because you added a 1, you don't want to change the value of the problem, so you subtract 1 on the outside of the parentheses. Okay, so that the final, when you simplify this line, right here, you get this back. Okay, so since I added 1 here, I have to subtract it here. And then so I factor what's in the parentheses, that gives me x plus 1 squared, and then I combine these two, 4. Same exact thing. Alright, so for number 10, the vertex would be negative 8 over 2 times negative 1, because a is negative 1. So negative over negative is positive, so we get 4. Okay, for the y, I put the 4 here, and I get negative 1, 8, negative 8. Bring down the negative 1. Negative 4 is 4. 16 minus 8 is 8, so it's going to be 8. So in this case, in this problem, a is negative 1. Okay, you can see it right here. A is negative 1. So you just write f of x equals negative, for the negative 1, x minus 4 squared plus 8. That would be the vertex form. Alright, so for 11, we're looking for a quadratic with a vertex negative 6, negative 5, and passing through the point negative 8, 6. So remember, the vertex is hk, and the other point is just xy. So we're going to substitute. So for y we put 6. We're looking for a right now. For x we put negative 8. For h we put minus a negative 6. Don't forget to square it. Minus 5, because k is negative 5. Okay, so I'm going to simplify this. So that's plus 6 minus it's negative 2 squared. So that's going to be 4. So it's 4a. Do not combine the 4 and the negative 5. So we add 5 to both sides. So 11 equals 4a. So a is 11 over 4. So then you just write your equation. F of x equals 11 over 4 x plus 6 squared. Don't forget the square because this is a quadratic, not linear. And there's the answer. Alright, so 12, another graph out of the blue. Don't know why it's put here instead of at the beginning, but anyway. It's a quadratic, so I know the reference points are these right here. And the a is negative 4 and the k is positive 2, so those two affect the y only. So the x's stay the same, so we're going to have negative 1 and then negative 4 plus 2, that's negative 2. Then we have 0, negative 4 times 0 plus 2. Then we have 1 and then negative 4 plus 2, that's negative 2. So I'll just do a quick sketch. I'm not going to take out the graph paper. So it's going to open, maybe I should have drawn this a little bit higher. So it's going to be negative 1, negative 2, 0, 2 is about here, and 1, negative 2 about here. Okay. So left hand, right hand behavior is basically end behavior. So I've already set up the problem. As x goes to negative infinity, f of x goes 2, and then the other line. So remember, you always look at the leading term. I know in number 13 it's written backwards. That's okay. So this is the leading term right here. So if the power is odd, then the ends are going to go in opposite direction. When it's negative, the right goes down and the left goes up. So as x gets smaller, that's on the left side, then y gets bigger. And as x gets bigger, that's the right side, right here, this gets smaller. And that's it. So for 14, same thing, end behavior. This time the power is even, so that means they both go up or they both go down. Since this is negative, they're both going to go down. So both of these are going to have negative infinity.